is up, mental patients? My name is Tormental. Jellyfish Season. This is a game about a lady who looks at you menacingly while exposing her teeth as a display of aggression. She's gonna eat your liver with some fava beans. Not with a nice Chianti, though, because she's straight edge. But yeah, so what are the preferences? I don't know. We don't have any controls or preferences. Let's just do a new game. Oh, static. My favorite. Jellyfish Season. From the makers of Pug Ugly Bitches Go Wild. I don't know. Nicholas left his scooter on the empty side of the road at a way down to the sea. At the way down to the sea. Do I click? Okay. The path was very steep, and the ocean was very deep, and he fell asleep, and he was touched by a creep. I don't know. He fought his way through a heavy thicket, crawled cautiously down the boulders, hanging on the gnarled roots that stuck out of the ground. Turns out it was a nudist colony. He was climbing across gigantic tits and dicks. His boulders, roots, you get it? Anyway. Down there, he took off his sneakers, threw them on the coastal sand, and rested his hands on his knees. His plump face flushed. His forehead was pouring with sweat. Alright, already this game knows its audience. Plump, fat fucks who have never been outside. Like me. Yeah, I'd be, if I was out there and I had to walk down to a beach, if I had to walk down the street, my plump face would be flushed and my forehead would be pouring with sweat. Alright. His belly, oh, big enough as it is, inflated so much, is this inflation porn? Is this vor? Am I going to eat somebody? Is my character going to eat somebody and then inflate and then take off into the sky and meet Sonic the Hedgehog and have an adventure? Because if so, awesome, I'm down with that. His belly, big enough as it is, inflated so much with each breath that it seemed that Nicholas was an air balloon and that he was about to take off. I was right. I was fucking right. The fatty man was sweating. What? Is this just insulting me at this point? Is this a real game or did somebody sneak this into my library just to make fun of me? Am I being trolled right now? Because if I'm being trolled, well done. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. You have trolled me quite well. Yes, I am indeed quite corpulent. I do love my raspberry tarts, yes. But yeah. Fatty Man. By the way, Fatty Man, not as cool as Batman, but, you know, whatever. You can see his signal from a mile away. The Fatty Man was sweating and had still not recovered his breath, but felt fine. You just said about the breath and the sweating, but okay. He was so fat. I mean, so fat that he's, you know, I'm expecting a joke. Nicholas, it's the beach. It is beach. I am here at the beach. I like to sit at beach. I am Nicholas. I am Nicholas. Let me into your home. Let me into your home. I will eat all of your bread. I will eat your bread with many fancy sandwiches using your food from your refrigerator. Then I will sleep in your bed. I will sleep on your bed. I will lay on top of you. My flab will enter your mouth, and you will not be able to scream because you will be choking. You will be choking on my gut. My fat, hairless gut. Yes, I am Nicholas. I am very specific in the horrible things I like to do to people. Okay. More like a postcard picture, rather than the... I come here and it lightens my soul. Well... I know my soul is always lightened when I come somewhere. Okay, no worries. He buried his feet in soft white sand. He didn't stop there. He buried his entire body up above his face. He suffocated. The end. Just like powdered sugar, except it's not sweet. Oh, Nicholas. So fat, you're always trying to eat everything. Nicholas found this place on the third day of his vacation when he traveled to the southern end of the island to a fishing village to take a look at the sea gypsies. Sea gypsies! Why, that better be a clever term for a type of ocean life, because otherwise that's very racist. If you're talking about, like, people, like, are there Romani people just, you know, at the beach trying to enjoy their vacation, and they're like, oh, what a wonderful beach, and then he's like, oh, look at the sea gypsies, like, oh, now my vacation is ruined. Why are you so mean, sir? You fat fuck. You will become thinner. The local residents did not make a strong impression on him, though, okay? Nicholas expected to see the wild people of the sea. He is racist. Nicholas is a racist. Our character is racist. This is racist. This game is racist. This tree is racist. This tree is also very phallic. I'm offended. I'm triggered by this game. Nicholas expected to see the wild people of the sea, a land untouched by civilization. He imagined them coming up to him trying to sell him seashells and saying, "Ooka Luka, Ooka Luka," because Nicholas was a big fat fucking racist. But he was greeted with rows of stalls, festooned with pearls, shells, and other trifles, and houses with... Yeah, sorry that they have houses, Nicholas. Jesus Christ, Nicholas. Sorry! Sorry that people on the island aren't living in like the 1910s or the 1800s. Sorry they have houses. Sorry they have television, you fuck. Houses with home satellite antennas and metal roofs. At each doorstep there sat a man or a woman, but no other genders? This game is I don't know, is that sexist? Is it sexist if you don't believe there are other genders? What is that? Is that genderist? I think I just invented a term. They smoked cigarettes and followed the stranger with their drunken eyes. God, this is racist. On his way back, he noticed a sign nailed to a tree. It said, "Abandoned by Disney." No text, nothing but an arrow inviting people to a dense jungle. Well, if there's anywhere this man belongs, it's somewhere dense. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? The way down, all stones and bushes would trouble even a young athlete, to say nothing of such a clumsy big man like Nicholas, because he was fat. He liked to eat things. He was a big fat fuck. He sweated a lot and breathed heavily, and The almost indistinguishable trail ran along a rocky slope, winding among the trees, disappearing and appearing again. And I'm not going to do a Rocky impression, don't worry. Nicholas was even thinking to turn back, but he was too tired to climb up, because he was fat. Once he almost fell and rolled down the hill because he was fat. He stumbled on a root with his fat foot and barely kept his fat feet so as to not crash down from the cliff like a big fat fucking boulder rolling down the hill after Indiana Jones. Finally, the bushes parted, and there was a tiny bay opened up before him, sandwiched between the karst rocks. The sea was glistening not far away, the emerald in the shallows and juicy blue on the horizon. Is this just a euphemism for sex? What exactly is parting, and what is juicy here? And am I going to get to play a game, or is this just a story? Either way, you know, it's fine, but I don't know. Kind of got it on Steam. You know, where Steam usually has games as opposed to visual novels, which, you know, don't get me wrong, visual novels, by all means, do your thing, but I come to Steam for games. The beach was deserted. Nicholas decided that tourists did not come here because they always needed beach chairs, drinks, umbrellas, but here there was just the naked shore, not a single restaurant, and a difficult descent. But that was all he needed, to have a bathe away from prying eyes, because he was fat. You say, he was ashamed of his fatness. He was ashamed of his fatness, and he often was referred to as Fatness Everdine. Nicholas loved to come here every morning. Wait, didn't it say he just found this place? I don't know. He undressed, satisfied that no one looked at his body, and rushed into the water, which was as pure as glass. In fact, it was full of glass. He cut himself to ribbons. Soon, fat was flowing everywhere, overtaking the sea. The entire sea was nothing but fat. Climate change scientists were baffled. They had accounted for rising tides, but not tides full of foaming gristle. But I digress. He swam far away and could still see the bottom of the sea through the thick turquoise and coral gardens on the bottom and elegant fish floating in a dance. He dived and was a... There's a moment where a game loses you, and that was that moment right then. You heard that. That was like a car crash. That was a car crash of boredom right there. Holy shit, I got whiplash from how bored I got just then. He dived and was a guest at this underwater party as long as he had enough of air. Yesterday, Nicholas bathed until nightfall and would have bathed all night, but he was stung by a jellyfish and died. Wait, what? It spread its tentacles all across his belly, like a lash of a whip. Is this a fetish game? It burned a lot, but not for long. Then it felt kinda good. He was kind of into it. His fat belly jiggled as he vored the jellyfish and inflated.
me whisper, watch me eat on camera. Hear me scream at nothing, be my next subscriber. See me prank a stranger, I will eat a pepper. Comment on my failure, be my moderator. Donate to insult me. Donate to insult me. Insult me. Donate to insult me. Donate to insult